Today we're gonna do a kind of quick open box video of the Samsung Transform, one of 3 consumer grade Android phones that just came out with the Sprint ID app pack bundle of what they just debuted at CTIA Enterprise and Application. This phone is obviously an Android phone. It runs 2.1, an 800 megahertz processor. We got some of the specs on the website, but we're just gonna open it up, see what the contents of this phone, and take a quick look at ID. Of course, we at AndroidTap.com are gonna definitely support the Sprint ID and have some pretty cool stuff on how we're gonna start recommending and building our own Sprint ID packs for you guys, because this is definitely what we do, and think Sprint is on to something with the personalized app recommendations. So it's a nice phone, doesn't feel too plasticky. It feels almost like a Samsung Moment, but not as heavy. Nice keyboard, domed, 4 rows. It's not too spaced out. It's pretty decent having text with it. Of course, you can still have the wrapper on it. Let's see what else is in this. So we got your standard get started book, charger, which connects to USB. It comes with a SD card adapter. The other piece, USB micro, to plug into the other end of the charger. That's all we have in there. But let's see if the phone has some juice. Well, before we even turn it on, let's look at some of the hardware. So up top we have your 3.5mm jack. We have your micro USB for charging. We have your volume rockers on the left side of it. On the bottom we have a microphone. This side we have your power button. We have your power button here. We have speaker button there, and here we have a dedicated camera button. And then we already took a look at the front. I'm not even sure yet. I didn't even read the specs. I doubt if that's a front-facing camera, but we'll find out. On the back we have a camera. I didn't get the specs just yet, but we'll find out what the specs on that camera with the dedicated flash. Now let's turn it on, and hopefully it has enough juice. Guess we don't have enough juice. So we'll follow this video up. Oh, take that back. Let's peel this guy off. So while let's go ahead and load up, I guess I've gotten several previews at CTIA of the Sprint ID app packs, and a lot of people are pretty unsure what that is. And basically what it is Sprint is allowing bundles of apps that can be recommended by either they debut with high-end brands, but the smaller guys can pick up the SDK, any Android developer, and bundle apps together. And by default you have Sprint ID pack, and you can go ahead and load up to 5 and download and configure. But if you see this button right here, this is how you go to your IDs. And so they load up the Sprint one, what we saw, and I'll get more into that. But you can go back to My ID, which is the default Android. If you don't want any other specialized ID pack, you can go to just your ID. So here's just plain old Android, vanilla Android. And let's switch over to the Sprint ID. We're going to follow this up with some more in-depth videos and show you how you can take more advantage of this and kind of get some of the apps that you like on the phone and then swap out some of the apps that you might not like. So here's a widget for, this is a new phone, so there's probably no contacts in this phone, but you can get some contacts in some of the Sprint apps, so like Telenav, GPS, Sprint Football, NASCAR, Family Locator, ESPN. You can easily throw stuff in the trash if you want. Sprint Zone. So in another video we'll take a more in-depth look at this thing, but we personally feel Sprint is on to something, so stick around.